Life will teach you some things. Love will humble you. And the world will test you. That's why this is a Titi's House podcast. A place where we talk life, love, and relationships from a woman who's seen enough to tell the truth and still lead with heart. Titi's House podcast. La, 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 la. A Titi's House podcast. La, 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 la. A Titi's House podcast. La, 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 la. A Titi's House podcast. La, 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 la.
All right, welcome back, my lovelies. We are back after a hiatus. This is episode 64. Is it 64 already?
Yeah, episode 64.
Hey, man, it's just time flies when you're having fun. I guess that's what they say. But I'm your TT, and this is a place where we can talk about life, love, the news, and everything in between, guys. So grab a seat, come on in. Let's get comfortable and let's get started. So today I want to talk about friendships because I think friendships are very important. What you think about that?
Yeah, I got some friends that I've had for a long time, since middle school, elementary school. Well, shoot, even family that I still talk to, because, ain't got to do that.
Man, yeah, because they say, people often say sometimes your friends become your family.
I think that's true.
Especially when you don't have a good set up with your family. Sometimes your friends become your family. You actually spend more time with your friends. I'm going to say, as an adult woman, I probably spend more time with my friends than I even do with my kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, you outside, you're trying to enjoy life, have a good time. So it's important to know. I think that sometimes we get caught up in our friendships, but sometimes people don't know how to be good friends. What you think?
I think it's all based on their upbringing. If they don't see their family or their parents being good friends to people, then they just carry them traits that they see, the product of your environment.
Wow, that's a good point. I never thought about that. But if you do see, say for example, for me, my mom was a single mom. Her friends were always around. Like, her friends were always in the kitchen cooking, laughing, drinking their wine, drinking their liquor.
That's where you get it from?
Yeah, that's where I get it from. I guess that's why she I don't know, I ain't gonna say she liked to be outside, but she liked to be amongst a group of women. Yeah, she had a good group of friends. And I feel like I've had that. I always break my friends in categories. Have you ever broken your friends up in categories? Because I feel like you have friends from like elementary school, your friends from when it starts counting. I think your friendships really start counting when you're like in elementary school, maybe like 4th, 5th grade, then going on up to adulthood, right?
Yeah,
so I feel like I have long-term friendships from, Roxanne and I have been friends since second grade.
Is she your longest standing friend?
No, because I'm going to say, even with her, I still have friends in that same friend group that the thing is with friendships too, is that you don't have to talk every day, especially your long-term friendships, right? I think when in friendships also that you have your friends that are around you all the time because they're in your presence, right?
Or live near you.
And live near you. So those are the friends that you see the most, but you still have your friends outside of that. Right?
Mm-hmm. Your real friends you ain't got to talk to every day, too.
You don't,
and they know
man.
what's up.
It's funny because I always feel like when I do talk to my friends like Deborah and I don't even talk every year. Mm-hmm. But when we do talk, we catch up. Like, it's a day doesn't go by. And Deborah, I want to say, is my military friend. Like, when I was young, like in my 20s, she was a little bit older than me, but she was more like a older friend that kind of guided us through things and experiences that we were going through, right? Mm-hmm. So I think you have friends like in every category. I got my college girlfriends like Kimmy and Tanisha. Those are my college girlfriends. So they went through college with me. I was a little bit older when I went through college. They was in their 20s and I was already in my 30s. So it's like your friends are in categories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you categorize friends by... And then I have my male friends too. Do you categorize your friends by the years that you know them? The gender of your friends? Because I feel like you have different gender friends too. Like, I think women and men can be friends.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
People ask me now, like when I meet a guy, I always tell them like immediately, my best friend is a dude. I have a dude best friend. I got a female best friend, but I got a guy best friend too. And we talk all the time. And you know what I'm saying? And if he calls me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to answer my phone. So if that's a problem for you, you can't be with me. Honestly.
Yeah, I think I categorize my friends by more so areas like Baltimore friends, Atlanta friends, friends from the music scene, friends from the art scene. So it's like different
groups of friends and categories of friends. It's true. But even with that, you know, I think that I know for myself personally, the reason I wanted to talk about friendships is because to me, friendships are very important. And I feel like through life, if you don't experience having the love of friends and the support of friends, you don't even know how to, I feel like sometimes you don't even know how to maneuver. My friends keep me, you know, coasting. They keep me clear. Their opinions matter. Their feedback matters. I go to them for advice. You know what I'm saying? So to me, they're very important in my life. My good friends. Because I have good friends. And then you have friends that you meet throughout the course of your life and they're acquaintances. And, you know, sometimes acquaintances turn into friendships. At least you think they do.
Do you have work friends that are real friends?
I'm going to say I have some. I'm going to say I've had work friends that when you are a work friend in that situation and you're working at the same company, you create boundaries for your work friends, right? Mm-hmm. But once they leave the company, I've established a deeper relationship with them. Once they've left or I've left the company, we've become deeper friends. I feel like when you're in that business friendship, it's different.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to move. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you can't let them know you do in your personal life.
Yeah.
You got to keep that separate. So I feel like now I've had, like my friend Kristen. I love Kristen. Kristen was on the podcast last year. Mm-hmm. With her, I feel like we have a deeper friendship now. I always call her my honorary Latina. She speaks Spanish. Mm-hmm. She's married to a Colombian guy. Like now our friendship is really more, it's deeper now than it was I think it was more surface level when we were employees and working together.
Yeah, because you can't only tell. You don't want them running and telling your business to
I
anybody.
can't have you telling my business to everybody.
Yeah, just not saying her, but just anybody who works with you.
Right, exactly. You try to keep things separate. But I do have. I'm gonna say I did have a good work best friend, and I love her to death. And she just recently left the company, and it really broke my heart. Yeah. It broke my heart. I was heartbroken because I just loved her so much. You know what I'm saying? We were able to talk about things you can't share with other people. You always pick that one person that you can share stuff, and you know that certain things you can't tell other people. And I felt like with her, I could tell her anything, and it would be a secret, and it would stay in that friendship circle. So you trusted her? I trusted her completely. Yeah. Trusted her, and she just recently left, and I was so heartbroken. When I tell you, I cried because now it's like, now who do I talk to when you're frustrated and you need to vent? Because I feel like that's healthy to have a venting coworker.
That understands exactly what you're going through.
What you're going through. Now I don't have that. But it's so funny because she'll text me out the blue and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh God, I just want to say so much to her." But now it's like I don't want to burden her with my work problems.
Yeah, it's like
because she's retired early.
She left for a reason. She wanted that energy.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear this nonsense sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you said, you have friends in categories, but I feel like when you have longevity in friendships, it's because you know how to be a friend to people. I really think that. Mm-hmm. When you have long-term relationships, it's because you know how to be a friend. When I meet a woman that says to me, I don't have a lot of friends, why you don't have a lot of friends? Because normally, I think some women, I'm choosy about my friends. Don't get me wrong. Just because I have a big woman circle doesn't mean that I'm not choosy when it comes to my friends, because I'm very choosy when it comes to my friends. If I let you in my circle, it's because I trust you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women say, no, I don't have a lot of girlfriends because they catty, they talk too much, this and that. That's what they say. But what kind of friend are you? Because you are a reflection of your friends. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I believe that. What do you think?
I mean, or they just never had the chance to really meet nobody that they really vibe with. Because, you know, it could be based on, like, where you lived, where you grew up, and just none of the people were your vibe, and you just didn't find your circle yet. Because you can find friends at any part of your life. You know what I mean? So maybe in 10 years when you see them, they might have a couple good friends. They might be 50 when they find their real good friends. You know, it ain't no real.
That's true, too. That's true, too. I feel like when I was married, I still have my single girlfriends. Miss Terry, she was my single girlfriend. Never had any problems. Your dad never said anything like, oh, you can't be Terry's friend because she's single. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, and I mean, we still went out, had girls' nights and went to dinner and stuff like that. I really think that being single and being in friendships is different than being married and being in friendships. They always say when you're married, you should be having friends that are in the same situation as you. They should be married too. I don't know. You know, I feel like I still had Miss Tiffany. I had Terry, Miss Kim, Miss Tanisha. Like I still had single. Actually, the funny thing is that I was married so young and for 20 years that when I was divorcing, they were all getting married.
That's what I was about to say. All the women that you just named, they eventually got married. So they had the characteristics of that. They just weren't married.
They just weren't married.
And they
were
a lot younger than you, a lot of them.
No, not really.
Miss Tiffany and Tanisha weren't.
Well, Miss Tiffany, Tanisha, Miss Kim, yes, like them. But Miss Terry was, she's a little bit older than me, but she got married later in life. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? True. But they were all single. And then they all got married. Some of us got divorced and are back out here dating and stuff. But friendships go through an evolution too. You know what I'm saying? I think the term friendship was came out in 1553. That's a long time ago.
That was the first friend. That was
the first time. Yeah, they mentioned the word friendship in 1553. Isn't that crazy?
That's funny. I don't know. What was it mentioned? What were they talking about?
Oh my God. I don't remember. Okay. I was like doing some research and I was like, 1553. Look it up, K-Son.
Yeah, I'm about to check.
Yeah. But it's like, wow. So people were really thinking about friendships back then. It was a term for it.
Yeah. I don't see anything right now. I'll let you. I'll update you when I find something.
Okay.
That's funny though. 1553.
I wonder what made them establish the word.
Yeah, that's what I was asking too. I wonder what. And they was like, "No, this is a friendship."
Yeah, because you know words are invented through time, right? They become words and become
definitions and
definitions and stuff. But it says it originated. Let me see. Hold on, because I know I seen it earlier. It said 1553. This goes all the way back to and then they said in the 17th century the word friend, not friendship, but the word friend came up in like the 17th century. Dang.
Yeah.
The 17th century? That's a long time ago. But friendship really implies that it's a strong bond, which can be, in some cases, your kin. You know what I'm saying?
Like family, you saying?
Yeah, like kin, like family. Or close personal loyalty, not just causal acquaintanceships. That's why they say you have acquaintances and you have friends. So I want to talk about how to be a good friend to people, and there's 10 ways to show up for your people, for your friends. And this is in jenhatmaker.com talked about it on February 12th of 2025. This is where this article is from if you want to go find it. She said that, and I think this is so true too. She said good friends just don't happen.
You gotta work for it.
They don't happen by accident.
Yeah. Oh, you saying in that way.
Yeah, they don't happen. When two people meet each other, it's because it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It's not like it's accidental, is what she's saying. And like you said, it's because they do take effort, intention, and you have to show up for your friends. Some people don't know how to do that. And sometimes friendships are one-sided. The person takes and takes and takes from you, and you don't get anything in return. What you think?
I had to X a lot of that type of energy out of my life, so I definitely understand that and have encountered that out here. You know, people are, I'm not gonna say leeches. Like, they gonna take whatever they can get from you, and if you, it's your fault if you allow it to happen too.
I feel like you have, I'm gonna tell you, you have the friendships that you can call somebody when you're in a bad place and need to borrow some money or something like that. You got to go to the hospital. I need you to drop me off. That kind of friend. And then there's the friend that you can call and say, hey, do you want to go eat lunch?
Different levels of the friendship.
There's different levels of that friendship, right? The one that you meet for brunch is going to show up for brunch. The one that you need to take you to the doctors, that ain't really your friend. I mean, the one that shows up for brunch may not really be your friend. It might just be your acquaintance. And the one that takes you to the hospital because you're having a pain or you need surgery, that's your friend.
Yeah, they care about you.
They care about you. That's very intentional to be there and show up for somebody when they need you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it says there's 10 ways to show up for your friend. And I'm going to tell you, in 2025... I'm going to say 2024, 2025, I have been dealing with friendships that I felt like no longer benefited me.
For real.
Yeah. Because I feel like, and this is the main reason, this is something that as a good friend, this is what a good friend does. They reach out to you and see how you doing. I felt like it was one-sided on my side, where I'm constantly reaching out to you, but you ain't never checking for me. So people like that, I had to let them go. Because why am I checking for you and you not checking for me? So it's a one-sided friendship, right?
Or anytime you hit me up, you want something. Like you just.
Or you need something.
Need something, yeah.
Yeah, you need something from me. And I don't like that. I feel like that's, a friend reaches out to a friend. Hey, I'm going to tell you, me and Trina, we check up with each other every week. Yo, I'm just checking on you. Davion, my girlfriend Davion, just checking on you. Me and her talk every day. Those are the friends, because that's what kind of friend I am. That's how I know. That's how you know and you can gauge whether or not you're a good friend or not. When people call and check on you, because they ain't heard from you. And they say, damn, I ain't heard from such and such. Something must have happened. Something must be going on. And they call and check on you. But you shouldn't have to always be the friend to be the first one to reach out to somebody. I don't think that's fair. It's not equal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it should be mutual.
It should be mutual. Nobody should have to be telling you. I feel like when you reach out to people and, you know, you're constantly reaching out, they might find you annoying. Damn, why she just don't leave me alone?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that friend. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, here's the thing. Someone has to go first, right? Someone has to be the one to be able to say, I'm checking on you. But it should be mutual. If I check on you this week, check on me next week. Yeah,
because if it's that apparent that you're like, how am I always the one reaching out to this person? Then it's
apparent
wrong,
that you're a friend to them. Sometimes, I'm going to say, sometimes two things happen in friendships. And this is why I say sometimes friends don't know how to be good friends. Because if somebody, and I've had to let people go because of this. If in the moment, I say this to all my friends, I might not say the right thing all the time. Sometimes my etiquette or my delivery may not be as tactful as you like. But I never will intentionally try to hurt you. So if you feel hurt in the moment, or you feel that I've said something or done something wrong to you, don't wait to tell me that. Call me and pick up the phone and say, friend, you hurt my feelings. I've had to end a friendship because I hurt somebody's feelings and they kind of just backed away and never said nothing to me. And then when I reached out to them, it was like, hey, you okay? I'm thinking of you. I haven't talked to you in a minute. You okay? I'm thinking something happened to this person. Mm-hmm. And they never reply. And then I ask a mutual friend, like, have you talked to such and such? And they be like, oh, yeah, I just talked to her last week.
Damn.
Oh, damn. So I must have said something to that. So then it puts me in the mind frame of, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? Because, like I said, I'm going to show up for you as a friend, but I might not be the friend that delivers the message in the most appropriate way. I'm just not that girl all the time. I try to be. But, I always feel like you know a person's intentions and you know their heart. Mm-hmm. You know a person's heart. If you know their heart, you know that that's not intentional.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings right now.
Oh, my God. So, needless to say, I've had some crazy things like that happen, and I ain't following up with you. Because I feel like in the friendship, I'm the one chasing you to make sure you okay. I'm not doing that. I said, I'm not babysitting people's feelings in 2025. I meant that shit, and I brought that shit into 2026. If you feel like I've done something to you, friend, and you ain't respond to me or you ain't talk to me, then you not my friend. Because a friend can come to a friend and say, you hurt my feelings, or I heard you said this, or whatever the case may be. You should be able to come to your friend and say that to your friend, right? Mm-hmm. Why I gotta guess that you mad at me or that I said something and I hurt your feelings? You're not really my friend, and I'm okay. You're what I consider an acquaintance, and I'm okay. I didn't know you 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I ain't got to know you today. Mm-hmm. So in 2026, adios. That's all I can say. Goodbye. Because I don't have time. I'm not babysitting nobody's feelings. I'm not chasing after nobody. I'm not doing none of that shit. And I meant that. And I've lost some friends in 2024 and 2025.
And it's to their... They gonna realize they lost a good friend.
Man, when I tell you I'm the friend, you can ask any of my friends. I'm a DIY person. My friend called me and say, can you come help me put this furniture together? Hey, can you help me hang up these curtains because I don't know how to use a drill? I'm that girl. I'm coming to help you. So when you lose me, you lose me. And I'm not coming back. And I'm not coming and checking for you. And I don't care. That's what I said. It's so crazy because I said that about another friendship and I meant that shit. Like, I really meant it from the bottom of my heart. Like, I'm not chasing behind you because I'm the one that was constantly behind this person saying, what did I say? Did I say something? Did I do something? I'm not doing that. I'm not babysitting your feelings. So it was nice knowing you.
It was nice knowing you.
That's all I could say. Number 2, actually listen. Like, really listen to what your friend is saying. You know what I'm saying? Wait. I always say this. Take 5 minutes to, it's a 5-5-5 rule. I think we talked about this before.
I do remember us talking about it.
Right? You take 5 minutes to talk. I take 5 minutes to talk. And then we talk together.
So the same thing applies in all relationships.
Same thing applies in not only your love relationship, but in your friendships. Really put down the phone and just listen and take your turn to talk. Because I think sometimes we out-talk each other, especially like when you've experienced something. I have learned I was not always a listener. And I didn't listen to comprehend all the time. Because I was the type of person, when you said something to me, I was offended or I felt attacked, I would just be quiet and just lose the ability to listen. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I was no longer listening to comprehend. So you really need to listen. Pay attention to your friend when they're talking. Use the 5-5-5 rule. And in that time, make eye contact. Make sure you're not sitting there with your body language, like your hands crossed, like you're opposed to the conversation. Really just sit down and just listen to the person. Make eye contact with them. That makes them feel like you're really paying attention.
Yeah, and accepting the stuff that they're saying.
And accepting what they're saying. Because really good friends, that's what they do. They don't judge. They just listen. And they might not agree. I've had my girlfriends. I have anxiety. Anybody that knows me knows I have anxiety. My girlfriend Davion has anxiety. Sometimes me and her be talking, we be out talking. I be like, okay, let me just sit back. And she's just like I am. You have to know your friends. That's another thing. Know your people. If you really love your people, you're going to get to know your people and really learn them. I always say, learn me. Learn who I am. But make them feel heard. You know what I'm saying? And valued. And when they're talking to you, sometimes people feel alone. And the reason that they come to someone else for you to listen is because they don't want to feel alone. They want to feel like they have somebody that's on their team.
Yeah, understand.
And understands what they're going through. So always learn to listen, guys. Listen to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. And put your damn phone down. I don't want to be talking. I used to date somebody and I'm one that I be on my phone a lot too when I'm by myself. And when he used to come around, I used to be on my phone too. And he used to be like, put your phone down. Like sometimes I just want to talk to you when you're not doing something. So when you're listening to somebody, make sure you're not moving around. Just sit down in front of them. Hold their hands, whatever, and just really, truly listen. I think that's important. And you can use that in your love life too. Very important when you're having a conversation with your loved one to just sit down across from them, look them in their face, in their eyes, and really listen and pay attention to what they're feeling. And let them express their emotions. That's very important for love and for relationships, okay? Also, I want my friends to celebrate me when I'm winning. I feel like sometimes, I hate to say this, but I feel like sometimes there's jealousy in friendships. And even though sometimes you ain't even got to say it. You just feel it. You've ever felt that?
I could say at times for sure. Maybe back when I was younger, but now I think I'm better at choosing the people that I have around me. When I was younger, like you're saying, I was more just around a lot of people for no reason.
Right.
And now dialed that
Did you
back.
feel like you need to be around more people because it was like good energy for you, or you just like being around? I'm a people person, so I love being around
Yeah, I
people.
used to love being around people. I hate being around people now.
I'm going to tell you what I love the most about my friends. I was in a relationship with somebody. And when that shit ended, they was like, come on, let's go out. We going to celebrate that, the end of that era. Like, we going to celebrate. Although I felt like I was single the whole time, but we're going to celebrate you and celebrate the type of woman that you are. That's what I appreciate about my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because your friends are supposed to celebrate you. Celebrate your promotions, your wins in life. You know, you bought a house. Let's celebrate that. You found a good relationship, a sound relationship. Like, let's celebrate that. You should never be envious or jealous of your friends, not the people that you truly love. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when my friends win, I'm winning too. Honestly, when they win, I'm winning. Like, and that's incredible. Let's go take a trip. That's how I feel about my friends.
Them other type of friends is really haters in disguise.
Oh my God. Can I tell you that? Can I say this? I'm going to say this, and it's just between you and I. I have a lot of friends. Ask me how many of my friends follow my podcast. This is just between me and you. Because I feel like I could say this in this space. So between you and me, K-Son, ask me how many of my girlfriends watch my podcast.
How many?
I don't think any of them do. And these are my friends now. But I can't make you listen to things that you don't normally listen to. I'm going to still be your friend. You ain't got to support me because guess what? 21 other countries do. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about my podcast, maybe you don't like my topics. Maybe you don't want to hear me talk. You always hear me talking.
Yeah, they say
like,
you always talking.
You're always talking. Like, at the end of the day, your friends should still show up for you. I don't care if you watch a minute of it. It looked like you viewed it. You know what I'm saying?
Like it, share it. Even
like
if you don't
it,
watch
share
it,
it. Even
just
if you
share
don't
to
watch
your
it.
friends.
Man, when I tell you, those are the things that I think about, but I ain't going to crucify nobody. But those are the things that I mean when it's tough. You feel like it's a tough situation. You still should be supporting them through anything that they're doing, their successes, their wins, their downfalls, whatever. Be there to support your friends because that's very, very important. Show up in those moments, okay? Show up in the messy moments. That's another reason, you know? Show up in the moments that are not so good.
Those are the moments they need you the
Those
most.
are the
for real.
moments that they need you the most and the moments that count. That's where you show up. That's when your friends would be like, damn, this person really cares about me and really loves me. Because we in the trenches. Real friends are in trenches together, okay? That's what happens. If your friends can't be in the trenches with you, they're not your friends, honestly. You know, I feel like the friends that I have friends, I've been sick. I remember when COVID first happened and I was sick. Keisha said to me, girl, I ain't gonna come over there and be around you, but I'm about to put these fruits and this orange juice and stuff on your door. And she did, and this medicine. You know what I'm saying? Those are friends. Those are the people that show up for you. Those are the people that's in the trenches with you in those messy moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to say to you, I'm here, and there's no need for you to even reply to them because you know that they're there for you. That's important. Also with your friends, how to be a good friend. Number 5, even good friends respect one another and they set boundaries. You don't have to say yes to your friends every time. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say no. They have to be accepting of it. Like, if your friend call you and ask you to watch their dog and you don't feel like it, you should be able to say, no, friend, I don't want to watch your dog. Find somebody else to do it. Find someone else to do it. Is that bad that your friend calls you? My kids don't even want to watch my dog, y'all. They tell me no all the time. I'm okay with that. It's your prerogative to say, I don't want to watch Noriega. I'm okay with my friends saying that they don't want to watch him either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people be thinking they're going to lose their friend if they say the wrong thing. But your friend will probably respect you more if you're just being honest. Because then now you're going to bear the weight of whatever you accept. You know, because you said yes, now you look feeling some type of way about them.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's okay for, you know, I think that people think when you put a boundary up, that it's a barrier. And I don't think a boundary is specifically a barrier, right? You still need to be able to say, I don't want to do this. And they have to be comfortable that you don't want to do it.
If they're your friend, they're going to understand. They're like, all right.
It's okay. You know, I honor my friends and respect my friends enough to say these are their limits. And at this time, if that's what they want to do, I got to respect that. And I just, you know, move on. Now, when they're ready to come back and talk to me and say, you know, I'm ready to talk, I might not be there when you're ready. Because now that's my boundary and that's my limitation.
And they got to respect that.
And you got to respect that. So I respect you, respect me in the same way. Respect in friendships is very, very important. You know, I used to have a friend that sometimes, I don't know, I felt like sometimes she would just say random stuff to me and I would be like, why she say that? Like, just stuff like, I don't know. It was just random stuff. And I would just be like, oh, a friend doesn't say that. And now if I was another friend, I'm sure there's certain friends that you know you could say certain things to. Like, you can call your girlfriend a bitch. Like, bitch, stop. And there's certain girlfriends that you know you can't call a bitch because they don't like that shit. Like, those are boundaries too. You know what I'm saying? So, but with her, I felt like I loved her. And there's no blueprint in being a friend. You just got to figure it out, right? Every one friend is not the same either. Every friend is different. Every friend is different. They're not the same person. You can't be one way in one friendship and be another way. I have friends that I could say whatever to and they feelings ain't hurt. And then I have some that are very emotional and get very hurt by any little thing. Sensitive. I don't know. I try to tiptoe around them people, but you shouldn't have to tiptoe around your friends either.
Yeah, they should accept you for who you are and know your true, how you are, you know.
Yeah, this is just me.
Yeah,
Don't take it personal. I don't mean to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I try, another thing is that making your friends feel seen and appreciated. I feel like I do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I do that a lot.
You feel like it's reciprocated?
Sometimes. I think it depends on the level of that friendship too. I think when you have years invested in a friendship, like you're gonna make sure that those friendships don't go away. Like me and Roxanne, we've been friends for 46 years. Like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and allow her to walk out my life because she mad about something. No, we're gonna sit down and hash this out. Like that's just what we're gonna do. Katrina's another one. Keisha's another one. Like I'm not gonna just allow you, because these are the people that are in my circle all the time. I love them. We don't always agree to certain things. We all have different opinions of love, life, relationships, friendships. We all have different opinions. And, it's okay to have different opinions, but you still got to make sure that they feel seen and appreciated and heard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That just lets them know that the friendship matters. Like I said, if I insult you or make you feel a certain type of way and you feel like you can't come to me and say something, then that means that my friendship with you does not matter. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with that. I accept that and I walk away. But people need to feel like they matter. Especially in a friendship. That means that you really wasn't my friend to begin with. That's how I feel. And maybe that's not the right way to feel. I'm not always 100% right. Sometimes I go back and listen to the podcast and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I...
Edit this out.
Yeah, edit this out, K-Son. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. Another thing to being a good friend is always apologizing when you mess up. I take accountability.
Yeah.
None of my friends can say I don't take accountability. I always apologize. I ain't got no problems with saying I'm wrong, friend, and I apologize.
Yeah, because we all try and figure it out I don't know if it's our first time on earth, because, I believe we reincarnation.
Yeah, that we come back again in a different form, we're a different person.
Yeah, but we're just still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't remember our past lives all the time.
Sometimes you have deja vu, though. Yeah, so I feel like that, too.
But it's like, allow me to fix what I did wrong. And if the friendship really matters, then you're going to do that.
Yeah, you're going to fix it. You're going to apologize. I made a mistake. I'm sorry if I hurt you. This is the intent. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I experience things, and like I said, I'm not going to tiptoe over nobody's feelings. I'm not going to walk on eggshells to be your friend, none of that stuff. And if you walk away from me because I said something to you that you felt was ill will, and you don't say nothing to me, I'm not chasing behind you. Okay? I've already apologized. When I come back and come looking for you because I ain't heard from you, I'm trying to figure out what happened so I can apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect in my life, and I'm definitely not perfect in my friendships. I make mistakes. I say I'm sorry. I'm accountable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just going to say, I love you and I was wrong and I apologize. That's all you can do to show up for your friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't feel like you was wrong, you still going to apologize?
If my friend says to me, friend, you hurt my feelings, yes, I'm going to apologize. Even though I don't feel like I was wrong in what I said. But if you tell me, that was wrong, girl. You hurt my feelings. I'm sorry if I hurt your feeling. That was never my intent. I'm never going to intentionally try to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you don't know your friend's heart, where they normally come from, if that friend has showed up for me in so many ways, why would I end my friendship with you and not take accountability? I love you. I love you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm still here. Also, always be consistently present, even in small ways. I think people forget that consistency in relationships, just like in friendships, is very important. You know what I'm saying? We might see things as, going, for example, my friend calls me and says, let's go to dinner tonight. And I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm taping my podcast, but I'm going to call you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to say, girl, I ain't going to be able to make it. It's going to have to be a rain check. You know what I'm saying? Those little things like that, because you don't know if they're looking forward to it. That really matters in friendships. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you're calling them and saying, I'm not going to be able to do it today.
Yeah, not leaving them hanging.
Not leaving them hanging. That's very important. That's being a consistent friend and showing up for your friend. Those little small things really matter, and they add up over time. People be like, "Oh, she'll never show up to my events. I invited her to my house. She'll never show up.
Yeah.
I had this event. She didn't show up." Like, those things over time really matters, because people start to think that you don't really value their friendship and you're not present. Same thing like in a relationship. If you're not consistently showing up, guess what? That person ain't going to want to be with you after a while. You got to know when to give tough love in relationships too. Oh my God, my friends know when to give tough love.
Give tough love to you.
They be like, girl, I don't know why you still messing with that person. Or I can appreciate that though, because I feel like, I think they know. I think you know who you can give tough love to and who you can't.
Yeah, who got the skin for
Who
it?
got the tough skin. And I think they know I have tough skin. Sometimes they just come out and be like, I ain't agreeing with what you're saying, because that shit makes no sense. And I don't even know why you're still there. Like, in a relationship, like, why are you still messing with this person? That person is no good. Like, women, especially, do men talk like that? Do y'all give each other like tough love as bros?
If it's a relationship that calls for it, because it's also a lot of people that, if somebody don't ask me for advice, then I'm not gonna give them advice, because I don't want them to think that I'm judging them based on how they're living or what they got going on in their personal life.
So men kind of see, women ain't like that.
Yeah, I be chilling, and
women gonna let you know.
Yeah, somebody asks for advice, I'm gonna give it to them. But if they don't, I'm not gonna. I ain't trying to intrude.
Nothing. Oh, okay. So you basically just stay out of it unless they ask you for advice. Well, women don't do that. They're going to give you their advice anyway. They're going to tell you you deserve better. He ain't no good for you. I appreciate that, because I feel like that's tough love. But if they didn't feel you had the skin for it, they wouldn't say it. So sometimes you just got to just come out point blank. This is what it is. Open your eyes, take off the veil, and remove them glasses. Like, that's how women talk to each other. I appreciate the honesty and the kindness and them letting me know. There's certain friends that I'll be like, dang. But you know what? At the end of the day, I know my friends, and I'm okay with that. I never get offended. You know what I'm saying? Don't be offended by your girlfriend telling you that you deserve better.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it 100 with you, because everybody needs to be 100. You know, sometimes it's just a bad situation, and you might need to hear it from somebody else. I think sometimes you in a situation, I feel like when you in this shit, you really can't see outside of it. But once you come outside of it, you be like, damn, my girlfriend was telling me right the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I always come back and say, girl, you was right. You was right. So number 10, keep showing up. Year after year. This is the longevity in relationships and friendships and being there for your friend. A friend who sticks around through divorce, you moved, your job changed, you got fired, you need a place to stay. Like, those are your true 100% your friends. The ones that show up to you every day. You had a baby. Hell, I had a baby at 30, y'all. My girlfriend Terry was there for me with Zaul. When I needed her to watch Zaul, she was there. Same thing with Cordalis.
Yeah,
there for me when I needed. I had a baby at 30. I was like, what the hell am I doing? The fuck? They said, what the hell are you doing? You got Case on 13 and Sean is 10. And you having a baby? Are you crazy? Like, that's the reality of friendships. Like, girl, what was you thinking?
They said that to you?
Yeah. A couple of my friends was like, are you sure you want to do this? I was like, what else am I going to do? I'm married. Like, what am I tell my husband? I'm having an abortion? Like, that ain't going to happen. Like, are y'all crazy? But they was like, are you sure? Well, we going to be there for you, friend. Like, we know that's difficult. Because I had babies early in life. 18, 21. Then I wait till I'm 30 to have a baby. They was like, friend, are you feeling okay? Yeah, no, I'm not feeling okay at all. I mean, there's, friendships go through an evolution just like anything else in your life. You know what I'm saying? A friend that is able to evolve with you over time and time and time. Sometimes in friendships, even though you lose communication, you may not talk to one another in 2 to 3 years, and you just pick up just like that. It's not that you ain't been friends. You still been friends. It's just been a time of, you're going through things in life. Life be life in sometimes.
Yeah, we all going through.
We all going through things. I've seen my girlfriends raise children. Kids are gone. Just like with me. Kids are grown out the house. I'm empty nesting. They going through the same thing. Divorce. Just so many different changes. And although, you might not be in the trenches with them in that moment, they know that they can call on you. You can have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? And that you're there to support them.
Yeah, if they call you, you going to put on that uniform and come to the trenches, though. Like,
you're going to come to the trenches
yeah,
with them and be like,
right.
what you need me to do? Slash his tires? Where he at? I remember I had a friend, the husband was cheating, and she wanted me to pull up to the club with, and I was like, man, I'm over here with rollers in my head. This was back in there.
Did you go?
Of course I did. Pulled up with the rollers and everything. She had a bathrobe on. I put clothes on, but I had rollers in my hair. And she was like, I need you to take me, because she didn't drive.
Yeah.
I need you to take me. I was like, are you sure? I was like, are you crazy? She was like, no. And at this time, my husband was in the club too. I was like, I don't care. But she was like, oh no, I need you to take me to this NCO club because this mother sucker's out here. Da 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 da. I think he messing around. I was like,
what happened when y'all got there?
Her name was Stephanie. I haven't talked to Stephanie in years. He was in there. She had her robe on. I think we had. It's so crazy because this is how women will show up for each other, and you ain't got to be the best of friends. But I'm gonna say I've had my military wife friends. You know what I'm saying? And I had one military wife friend teach me how to drive. Because your dad didn't teach me how to drive. She taught me how to drive a stick. Yeah. She taught me how to drive a stick. Okay. I knew how to drive a car, just a stick. So that night, Stephanie comes over and tells me that she wanted me to, because she didn't drive, wanted me to take her to the NCO club because her husband was there. And I was like, oh, no, I don't know if I want to get involved with this. And I knock on Miriam's door. It's probably like 10 o'clock at night. I knock on Miriam. Can you watch Kason and Sean? And her son, I think she had a little boy too. And Miriam was like, okay, so she had a little boy named Michael. She brought Michael over to the house and she sat there. Now she left her husband at the house while she came and sat at the house with the other kids and her kid so that we can go to the club.
Yeah, so she showed up for y'all too.
She showed up, man. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know where Miriam at today, but she caught her husband cheating.
Oh, so it was Miriam or Stephanie that caught their husband cheating?
It was, Stephanie.
Okay.
I took Stephanie to the club.
To the club, yeah.
But Miriam came and sat at the house.
How'd she find his location? This before
Man, because she knew where he was at.
Oh,
she knew where he was at. You know what? It's so crazy because the base in Panama was so small. Like, everybody knew everybody. And everybody was just talking. Saying they seen him. Another woman says she seen him with another Panamanian woman. Dang. And da-da-da-da-da. Oh, my God. It was a mess. And I'm a Panamanian, so they looking at me like, your woman is treacherous. And I was like, they really not that bad. Like, oh, my God. But they was just thinking all the Panamanian women was just coming on the base to take the men and this and that. I was like, oh, come on, y'all. Give us a break. We all not the same. They was like, because you Panamanian. I was like, wait a minute now. Don't start with me now. But
that's hilarious.
Needless to say, you have, just with all your friends, y'all, friendships take effort. They take time. Listen to your friends when they talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Don't just assume things, because I think sometimes we just make assumptions and we don't pay attention to what our friends need in that moment. You know, life teaches you some things. What you think about that?
Life teaches you some things, teaches you who you can trust and who you should have around you and who you shouldn't have around you.
Man.
Because it's them situations where things get hard that really test the bound, test the friendship.
Yeah, definitely. You know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna say sometimes in friendships, you might need to take time away from friends sometimes too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've taken some time to myself before to kind of refocus and rebuild and work on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Some personal
Your
things.
friends gonna understand that too. They gonna understand like that you're trying to get some stuff together because they know what you're going through.
They know what you're going through. And I say it sometimes. I always say in the new year, I always focus on a personal goal. And they know that. So my true friends know that if they're like, girl, where you been at? They know I'm just focusing on some personal stuff. They don't take that. They don't hold me to that. Because they know, all right, we know it's a new year. People have, resolutions that they working on or working on some new things for their careers or whatever it may be. Friends understand friends, right? So just know that, just be there to understand what your friends are going through. They'll do the same for you. Your friends know you. Any friend that you have should know your heart, okay? So just keep that in mind. Remember, this is episode 64 at TT's House Podcast. I hope that something that we talked about today, guys, gives you clarity, comfort, or just a moment to feel seen. If today's conversation resonated with you, make sure you like, follow, and share. Share it with someone you love. Share it with your friends, okay? So definitely, until the next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we'll talk soon.